Hello?
Good morning, fantastic Sherlock Fox. How are you doing? And congratulations, Stoner Miner, for video bombing. Yes, that's what it is. It is Tuesday, and this is Delaney Russell. We are on the DadCaff 73 server. It is conveniently Pi Day. Do I have any idea what I'm up to? No, but that's okay. We'll figure it out as we go along. What I was working on when we last left off was not pie, although cakes are nice. Cakes are cool. Actually, I forgot them, of course. Was just attempting to dispatch a few iron golems, which we have quite a number of kicking around, and path block a few spots so that we can have fewer golems hanging out with us. And that's what I'm just going to start with a little bit. But then, being as it's Pi Day, why not? Might as well go find some.
Hello.
Find a couple of pumpkins. Maybe today's food will be pie. Sure. Sure. Actually, put those in the other chest. Good morning, sir, and thank you very much for the resub. I really appreciate that. Good morning, Tis for Truth. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry for the slightly late start. Just feeling a little bit off muscular today. Not quite sure exactly what got that. Slept decently well, but just a little bit stiff lately, so it's not a huge deal, I don't think. I've still got a few beds kicking around because I was in the middle of shuffling villagers. You can see these guys need a couple more workstations because I clearly don't have enough. So we'll get to that shortly after. Yay! Oh, right, I was going to put the carrots away. All right. Today's plan is there's no plan. Yes. Isn't that how it goes? It'll work. It'll do. Oh, and I think I might have to sneeze. There's a story to that, weirdly enough. I can get by without the sneeze. So, yeah, we've got a few golems. So my math loosely says... Got one block down, two. I know I could count the castle, but I'm not going to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This should be 8. So if I actually make it so I'm not getting weird echoes in my ears, that would help. That should be 8. Now, I've discovered that on the other side of this part of the wall, unfortunately, we are literally like one block deep. If I take this one out, we're in the caves. So I just have to kind of ignore that one, but it's bugging me because I really don't like it when that's the case. Yeah, shush. But my assumption is, like we do with the farms, if I get rid of these 8 levels out, then hopefully, cross my fingers, our additional crew of villagers will not be able to help us spawn too many more golems. It's spawn proof on top of and inside those towers. So yeah, that's the idea. That's the idea. But I've discovered along the way, as you can clearly see, I didn't bring enough half slabs. So couldn't be. I'm not going to spend all day doing this. just a little bit. Because I don't have a melon and pumpkin farm, so that actually might be another cool option for Pie Day. Start with a wee bit of terraforming, and then we'll move on to something else. Story to the sneeze. I had said there was a story to that. The story to the sneeze is that we are at Scouts. We're working on what many of you in the US may have known as the Pine Car Derby cars for the year. However, up here we just call them Cub cars because it's only the Cub age that do them. So our 8 to 10-year-olds, and above that, the next level up, our Scouts, they get to 18-wheelers, and we call them Scout trucks. So in the basement of the church that we were working in, we set ourselves up a wood shop yesterday, and my goodness, that sawdust gets everywhere. And some of the kids were adding pieces to their vehicles, so they decided they were going to use, rather than plywood or a solid block of wood, no, they decided they were going to use particle board, which is all well and good to some extent, but then it's even more sawdust everywhere. It floats all over the place. So I'm a little bit stuffed up and a bit sneezy from that. Then I get to do it again on Thursday. Yay! That's okay. The kids are going to have a lot of fun with it, and that's really the key, right? That's the important bit. I think this is going to be interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come on. 8. I'm hoping we might get no golems, but we need 1 or 2 to mess up the corners. So I'm curious to know, since this is by streaming Monday, so to speak, I'm curious to know what people are up to over the weekend. It's always fun to hear those stories. I actually shortchanged myself of actual chill time on the weekend, but that was because I instead went out and renewed my first aid certification with our Canadian Red Cross, and that was fun. Strangely, I ran into an old boss, not well, technically an old boss, but sort of not really. Basically, I used to work reception for a law firm, and at this course, I ran into an old lawyer friend of mine who I used to work for her company. It's all done now? What's all done now? Oh, the first aid course. Yes. Yeah. Yes. And thank heavens for that. Because, of course, you always have to, well, should they always? They frequently like to have you watch videos of things that you would never ever want to see happen in real life. And they had some pretty realistic stage props. This particular instructor likes to go all out. Some of the instructors just do pictures. Some people just do paper things or a bit of goo here and there. This guy is like theater art products. He's right into that. So yeah, I took some stomach settling gravel product before I left, and I was very thankful I had done so because yeah, it was necessary. But that's I mean, while it's not my favorite thing to do or see, it's one of those things that if it actually happened, of course you would want to have seen it once. Didn't have anybody who actually got sick, but we had one that swooned a little. That wasn't me, thankfully. He just said, "Are you going to be okay for this?" And she says, "Yep." And so that's when he went into his spiel, as all good instructors do. But they said about people only being able to really help with what they felt comfortable with within their skills. And apparently what had actually happened was that this gal had seen the real thing before and wasn't able to help. And so basically she was just having memories of what she'd really seen, not so kind of what she got woozy and stuff. And it was just kind of odd because we kept getting stories. The one time I helped with this, and at one point the instructor stopped her and said, "My goodness, you've been everywhere." She goes, "No, my friends and family just do stupid things," which I thought was kind of funny. But yeah, you just don't want to be that person, right? So yeah, we earned the certification. That was what I was up to on Sunday. And I had a good chuckle though, because when you do these sorts of courses, of course the instructors like to get you work in pairs and help each other and so on and so forth. So in this case, one of the times where my partners, because we ended up being the only group of 3, but when they were out in the other room and I had to get told what the medical emergency was that they were dealing with, I had a good chuckle because he hands me a little tub of blue lip balm, like very, very tinted blue lip balm. He goes, put some of that on. Well, what do you want to do with it? Because he was having us do makeup and whatever for other things. He said, oh, no, just put it on your lips. You've got hypothermia. And I laughed. And he says, what's so funny about that? And I said, because... And I just got about that far. So because our group... And he's like, oh, right. Yeah, you were the one who had to leave last weekend because of... So he remembered that we had to bail from camp because I got hypothermia. So yeah, it was mildly funny. And so his response to that was, well, guess you know how to shiver then. Yeah. That was his response to things. Oh, bummer. I don't really want to be in that. Oh, conveniently, yay! Good. Our brigade seems to be helping each other out again this morning. That's awesome. Very good people on this server. So, I prefer when I'm going around the edge, we talked about before, I prefer having everything only be 1 block deep to make it easy to get up and down without stairs. On the outer side, of course, not on the inner side. But that inevitably means that I didn't bring enough equipment to make the bridges long enough. Oh, good. I spotted pumpkins. Awesome. I don't know if we have the pumpkin seeds in storage. Of course the pumpkins have to be on the right? Isn't that how that goes? So I'm trying to figure out what big project I want to get a start on this weekend. I've signed up for a couple of different spots on the apparently that's the only row left. Thanks. Silly me. Signed up for a couple of spots on the DadCaff 73 server stream weekend for patrons, or patron server, whatever you would call it. Anyway, the point is, so usually when I do that, I like to use those sorts of weekends for some sort of big project, and I haven't quite yet figured out what I want to do. I suspect what we'll probably do during this week is spend a little bit of time gathering some basic materials, but also probably digging out some more of the, well, I shouldn't say digging out, cutting down some more of the trees. So sorry if you speak for the trees, and no, we're not going to let them grow. But I'm going to probably clear up some of that space and see if we can get a start on the cathedral building, just so we can get a move on with that monastery. But that's just sort of the thought I've got now. I actually have to sit down and think about it a little bit more clearly. See for sure if that's what I want to do. How far in can I cut this? I think that's about as far as I'm going to get. Because I'm going to get into the cave instead of the wall. Okay. Yeah, although you guys will have seen that monastery before, hopefully, sorry, not monastery, the church part. But hopefully we'll be able to rock through that one a little bit more and get on to a greater piece of the land. Oh. You know, the only thing I don't like about these maps when you see them is I'm thinking all 3 of those are on the other side. However, that creeper's a bit disturbing because he could actually be just up on the hill. So I'm just going to head over here and take a quick look. Yeah, so he's inside the hill. Oh! And I have been visited. I have been visited. Love it. Amazing. Wolfman has been here. Wolfman was here. From yours truly. Nice. That is super awesome. Hi. Amazing. I love it. I love it. I need a new sign. Do I have enough stuff on me? Everything but a crafting table. Well, that's real smart. Let's get rid of the flour. Okay, now we've got a crafting table. We need sticks. Not a sign. Hey, I have birch. Surprise. Alright, and we're going to put a sign up here. Call this the visitors. Yurt. Mud. Oh, that's a stupid word. Yurt. Wow. Accommodation. By yurts. Truly. Yuts? I have to spell it right to be respectful. Yurts truly. There we go. Love it. Visitors yurt accommodation by yurts truly. Too many apostrophes. There we go. Glenn's visitors yurt accommodation by yurts truly. And that means the only piece I'm going to take down is the sign here. Which would have made sense to just reuse said sign. Right? But apparently, can't even pick it up, so yeah. Dirt! Dirt from the yurt. Special dirt. Okay.
Hello.
You load on your computer too? Wow. Zerk is double parking. This is really silly. I just went and made a sign. And then I went and, yeah, don't ask. These ones stack. So what am I doing? Temporarily putting them in the corner. There we go. That again. Oh. Can I spell today, please? Lens. Visitors yurt accommodation. I can spell that one. By yurts truly. There we go. Okay. That'll work. Done. Not a very impressive side of the building to approach on, but I think it works well enough. And so I will take a look if I left it here. Sticks. I have a gazillion sticks. Just dump that. And I have a gazillion crafting tables too. They're probably a little more critical. Alright. That's the only thing I changed was that. So for now, that's visitor accommodation, just because I cannot guarantee that the beds in... Actually, I should put myself in there for now. I cannot guarantee that the beds in the castle are actually going to be always where they need to be. So if I set respawn and stuff in the yurt, then that means that, yeah, if I move around the beds, I've still got a spot where I belong, just in case something goes sideways. Alright. Let's get back down. Oh, I'm right. I know. Okay. Keep saying this project needs to change. I need to fix the corner. And yeah, that's what it is. That's why I have to finish this. Okay. But I've got one level above where the mess is. Is this going to be right into the wall? I've got to go just finish this section and then dump some junk because I'm running out of space. Wall. Hello! Good morning, Mel. How are you this morning? Welcome to Pie Day. My only homage to pie at the moment is that today's food source is exclusively pumpkin pie. So yeah. And then we're just finishing up some landscaping that hopefully will reduce the occurrence of golems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this level should be the last one. Whoa. Dude, actually, not bad. A little bit stuffed up and so forth. I could have a cold coming on, but I suspect it's mostly just sawdust from the kids' scouting projects because they're doing Quincy Pinewood Derby right now. So now, for those of you that aren't familiar with what that even is, because not everybody has kids, is that or kids in scouting, but what that is that they all get a little piece of mostly pine. Part of it is that Canada doesn't always source pine, but they get a preset kit size where they get a block of wood and a package of 5 wheels and 5 little pins that they can use as axles. And then from there, they have to build a car. So they get to cut it out or shape it or add things to it or whatever and paint it and so on and so forth. And the nice part about it is that they can do rather literally what they want with it, which is quite nice. But there are maximum specs in terms of how big the unit can be, how far away from the ground, how much ground clearance it has to have, and such. So that means that compost those. That means that they need to be a little more creative, which I like that idea. What am I looking for? This one there. I thought I had a set. Oh, nope. I thought I had a set of flint. Well, I do have a set of flint because I have it in my inventory rather than over here. I don't normally have stone. That's why I can't figure out where the stone belongs. Okay, let's put stone here now. Probably don't need to be toting 3 beds. That would help. Enough. Wood ladders went. Where did ladders go? Belonged over here, I think, for a while. No, that's my first aid kit. Interesting. Okay. Oh, right. Too much stone. I missed that. I'm not looking. Okay, and what was the other one needed? I needed slabs. So the Pinewood Derby cars have, maximum specs. And so it's really kind of neat to see how the kids choose to approach the challenge of making everything fit. Because, of course, not everything will. But is that other project? It's when I'm shuffling villagers. And I ran out of space and birch stuff. Oh, birch over there. Leaves up there. Should... And if I don't take this wood out of my hand and then forget that it's there. I often forget what's in my offhand simply because I don't... oh, too much. I will move the buttons. I often forget what's in my offhand because for many, many years I was, well, still chicken, playing such that I'd get a shield and it would just go in the offhand and live there, and that's that. Period. Done. So, I mean, it might as well have been bedrock for all I cared because I wasn't going to be putting anything else there. It was never going to happen. But, of course, that's not very interesting or exciting or anything else. And I'm going to have to... Aha. Okay, so some of these... These are all not spawn-proof, and I forgot about that. So, let's move them. Easiest way. Move them down. Right? Fiddle. That back. Hey, buddy. You realize you're in the way? love to have a drawbridge look here. I need to figure out how to do that. It's probably something I need to work on. But at the moment, I'm just going to make the platform functional. And the other one, where it's done with trapdoors, I'm actually just going to leave that as a plank, because the idea with that is it's supposed to stay lightweight enough that the people in the castle could just pull it in during an emergency or an attack or something like that. This. All right. Got the space to take these down. And then I'll fix the sides, because I don't really like the exposed dirt, but it will do for now. Just by moving everything down half, then I don't have to worry about spawn proofing and can keep the look. Curious, being as I'd had the course on the weekend, has anybody watching had to ever take first aid for either for themselves, like just because they wanted to, or did their workplace make them, or something like that? It's one of those things that I never would have thought some jobs would make people do, but of course then I forget that a lot of buildings are in areas that have legislation where you absolutely must have first aiders in your building designated, even if for your workplace, even if you don't necessarily need them for anything else, so to speak. So I'm always curious to see if people's workplaces are saying, you must get first aid. Years ago for gee, I wonder why. Sounds familiar vaguely somehow. Can't place that one. Yeah, I could see that. It's actually funny because some of the things they do, without getting gross, some of the things that they teach are still on again, off again topics. So, like for example, safe version, or real quick one. So I mean, once upon a time, Canada was pro tourniquets. Then, or what they say in UK, tourniquet, I guess. But they were pro that. Then they went along with the idea that too many people were applying them incorrectly and causing far more damage than necessary. So they took them off the menu. Now they're back on the menu. Then they were off the menu again. Now they're back on. It's just like, it's a yo-yo. And the problem with the changing thinking is that the changing thinking doesn't always filter down to the legislation. So we have what's called a good... Oh, thank you for following. So we have, in Canada, we have what's called the Good Samaritan Law, which basically means that if you try to help somebody and something goes wrong, you're covered. So you can't be sued or go to jail or whatever. If it's determined what you tried to do was something that quote unquote any reasonable person might try. Right? So as long as you're not doing something that is clearly very stupid, then you should be covered by law. That should be, but are. The problem with that is that sometimes people try to sue over things like tourniquets or whatever because it's not current thinking at the time. And so that on-again, off-again element really does pose a problem. However, that particular one's weird, but one of the other ones that's changed is like my daughter's prone to nosebleeds. Some people grow out of it, some people don't. Mine's one of the hasn't yet category. So she gets some pretty good gushers. And while that's, unpleasant to deal with on one hand, as far as scudding goes, you have to have first aid, but then the first aid course, when you talk to sort of our provincial health body, they've got like a non-emergency helpline. So if you just want to ask a question, or you're like one of those parents, I mean, I used to have the health people on speed dial. Not because I was worried that my kids would get into trouble. It was just, I had a question and it was full enough, I had my hands full enough with the kids that if I actually stopped to look it up on the net, I wouldn't get the answer sort of in what I felt was a reasonable time. So I had them on speed dial, and we've got like one of those 3-digit codes, you know, hashtag 3 digits kind of deal. And so the advice they gave me for my daughter is apparently, according to the Red Cross First Aid, now out of date again. So what it basically, in that case, was they used to say, put a cold compress or whatever, cold ice pack or something on the back of their neck. And that went out of fashion. As in, yeah, you could do it. It's not going to do anything, but you could do it. And it's come back in, but it's not to the back of the neck now. It's to like the base of the skull, where it bulges out at the back. So I mean, technically, it's like the back of the neck, just higher up. But they say you don't have to do that unless it doesn't stop within 10 minutes. Oh, okay, or 10 to 15, sorry. But they also say you don't have to pinch the stiff portion of your nose anymore with the intent to cut off blood flow. Now they have this idea where you pinch the soft part right below that, so as high as you can, but not on that part. They don't want to cause bruising, which, okay, that I can see. And the idea that they're giving it now is that you intentionally let some of this, if you tilt your head forward and whatever, you intentionally let their sinuses fill up. I think it's gross. But the idea with that is that hopefully, or the plan is, that they will have that blood sit there and clot. Okay, I can kind of see where that's going, but it's funny how things change. So it's one of those, did you get the problem solved? Yes. Did you try something that could have been sensible at the time that you were trying it? Yes. Is it the current thinking? Possibly not, but as long as it's not additionally harmful, which is why the thinking changed, then they don't really care. And that's where the law part works. But it's one of those things that when some things change, you don't know.
Hello?
The other part that confuses... Good morning, Neon! The other part that's funny is that there are different things allowed at different levels of training. So, for example, our instructor actually has a whole side business. So he makes furniture, but his side company is teaching first aid and selling first aid products as part of that. But he teaches the wilderness one, and in the wilderness courses, if you're reheating somebody from hypothermia, one of the things you're allowed to do is bring them near a fire, and if necessary, you don't have other options, use heated rocks in, socks or gloves or mittens or whatever you got, right, wrapped up. Whereas the standard level that he was teaching on the weekend does not allow that. I actually called him on it, not called him out sort of thing, but just sort of said, okay, I don't understand this. And he says, in the more or less urban center, the assumption is you're going to have other options. Therefore, therefore using rocks and such is not allowed. And it's just because they figure if you have other options, then don't, obviously don't use the ones that are more risky, because things like hot rocks, mismanaged or poorly chosen, could explode. So you take that risk, but I mean, if the person is, likely to cool down and die, and you have hot rocks available, you'd be dumb not to use them. But yeah, that's kind of what it boiled down to. Too bad boiling, heating, cooling puns intended. It's just interesting how things shift and change. Also, he went to see a little bit of museum, which I mentioned to Fantastic Dog Fox, but a bit of a museum of how, or some of the various first aid things that have been allowed in the past. And we just talked about like antiseptics and stuff to start. Our grandparents and whatever probably would have had like mercurochrome, I think is what it was called, the weird red stuff. 1, 2, 4. Okay, so I don't need that one. So our grandparents and stuff might have had mercurochrome in their house, which is that awful red iodine-like thing, and it stings like a crazy person. Well, stings like a bee, hurts a lot, and leaves an awful red mark on everything. Stings the skin and so on. So it's like, you got the problem solved, but you still have the stupid red mark, and everybody's gonna ask you what happened. Not so helpful, but anyway. We talked about that, and he had a big discussion on EpiPens and stuff like that. Everybody needs those. And I was pleased to see they have a new design. EpiPens don't actually have to look like a pen anymore. They have funky little cartridges that look about the size of a deck of cards. I was really pleased to see that because the new ones actually have a battery, they're electronic, and at least in Canada, they talk to you in English. Huh. Yeah, it might be. I wish we could figure out why it prioritizes some and not the other. I have one other question, actually, Neon. When you're streaming from mobile, or like watching a streamer on mobile, what's the word? Which operating system are you streaming from? Are we talking, what do you call it? Amazon Fire? Or are we looking at, you know, iOS, Android? I'm going to bet Android, but yeah, because I was kind of curious about that. Sorry, squirrel. Just to see whether or not there might be something to the version of the app on that particular device, like our operating system that could be related to it. Need to investigate all avenues. Handle this. Definitely. Definitely squirreled. And for any of you that were not familiar, that is Alpha, the Doberman Pinscher type, more dominant dog from the movie Up. Except that was when he got his collar messed with and wasn't speaking correctly, and all the other dogs thought he was totally funny. So they got mad at them and growled. Okay, 15 pumpkins. Okay, so I'm going to bet it's an Android unit then. Gives me something to go on. Maybe. Let's see. I'm going to say... I still have to look into the wrong user picks because it's not consistent. Sometimes it's fine. And then... Android, Samsung. Sound... Nope, no sound on Res. Below, but I think he says 400 and something. There we go. Okay, great. See? Pencil notes. So remind myself to look into that. It's interesting, but I could put it on my phone. Mobile remote. Oh, jeez. A little bit of landscape just don't fall through holes. Would not hurt. Did I cross the... No. Okay. Get back. We now have pumpkins. Yay. It's not just me, yes, but it would be nice to know if I could fix it for me, whether or not whatever fixes work for the others as well. And it really does seem... Whoa! Hole in the ground. Really... I guess there's probably another beehive around here somewhere. I just had pollen dropped on my head. Might help if I go the correct direction, you know? South could help. Let's not fall in a hole. But it might be useful to know if that could help. Okay. So. The reason I'm walking is partly because I hadn't actually, like, on foot explored this area. So I'm kind of curious, but also that I've only got the one stack of rockets at the moment, so I'm just being a little bit ginger with them. Piggy. An egg. See why I wouldn't expect any mobs to be, aside from maybe like spiders and stuff, but you wouldn't get large quantities of mobs attacking across there, because You just can't really get anywhere from there. Okay, so yeah. 8, just about done this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 line goes through here. And I've got a bit of shaping to do later for now. For now. Which means for the project is to dispatch the ones we've got. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, we're good. Oh, was just finishing up a little bit of the, sorry, Fantastic Show Flux, that's what I'm working on. We're just finishing up a little bit of the terraforming, and as much as I don't like this section, we're just going to chop out and possibly, no, I don't need that level. Okay, so yeah, these two right into the corner, and then I'll call it a day, because I know I've got a mess to deal with in that other, in the far corner near the portals, simply because I'm going to break into the caves, and that's a bit more of a mess. I'll leave that for last. Yeah. That's really all I'm doing, is finishing up that part, and then we're going to finish up dealing with rehoming of villagers. If I have time left, because it's Pi Day, which would be March 14th, and then I will play with more meetings. Ugh, yuck. I would say enjoy, but I know that's difficult. Yeah. We finished this bit. Yeah, just going to. I've been one last thinging myself to death for weeks. And I'll probably pick Fantastic Show Fox's brain a bit more on ideas for the week. Yes, stay sane. Woo. I appreciate those of you that are actually here during your workday, because I know, particularly right now, some companies are particularly fussy about people doing other things during their workday. I mean, really, it's not a whole lot of difference from when, back, quote unquote, back in the day, people were all listening to the radio at their desks, right? There's not a ton of difference, provided there's a load of interaction. But I do understand that streams and stuff can be more interactive, in which case the question from an employer standpoint is, am I actually getting the amount of work out of my employee that I feel I should be? And some of them are starting from the standpoint of no, and having employees need to prove it, as opposed to some of them saying, I haven't had any reason to think that they aren't. So, there are a few that I've seen in other streams that said, gotta go, I'm not supposed to be on watching you guys while I'm doing whatever the work is we're supposed to be doing. And the person was worried about getting in trouble. So I appreciate those of you that choose to spend your time in here. It's not necessarily that everybody's risking getting in trouble, it's that given that there's that generic atmosphere going on, those of you that can, spend time do, and I feel spoiled by that. What a treat. Yeah. Still, reminds me I have to do a few more generic adulting things. Like I have some laundry to fold and whatnot after this, and I have to make myself do it, because there's a lot of things that I get into the game, I enjoy the game, and I want to just keep going because I don't have a job over my head. That doesn't necessarily mean I don't have a life boss, which just basically means that, you know, I should be doing adulting things, and I'm trying a little harder to do that, because it can make things even more stressful and Fantastic Show Clocks than necessary if I'm being a lazy butt, and I have a big habit of being a lazy butt. Therefore, you know, when, what is it, oh shoot, now I can't even remember one of my favorite Holmesian quotes. The most incurably lazy devil that ever stood in shoe leather. But I can be spry enough at times when the fit is on me or something like that. I can't remember quite how it goes. But I use that in a reality sense, just to kind of go, yeah, she is a bit of a lazy butt, and she'll probably adult while she's got the fire for it. Oh, so what am I looking for? That one needs to finish off through the stone, so let me just dirt right out of the way here. Saying that's enough. I shouldn't have to go all these ways. I probably don't have to go this way up. Yeah, it's too far. I think it's just because of the drawbridge that I went that far. Take this one out to the edge, just where it cuts off, and then that'll do. Sheep. I don't care that that one is spawnable. Well, not particularly. Leave that be. We're just about done, but I can't promise anything. If I was landscaping to prettify, then hey, that would be great, but I find it weird that just simply cutting back like this is addicting. It shouldn't be, it makes no sense, none whatsoever, but here I am. But yeah, if anybody joined a little bit later, I've snagged 2 slots on the weekend for the DadCaff 73 Patreon member servers. Wow, that's a mouthful. The DadCaff and DadRock Patreon stream weekend. Nope, that still doesn't work. I don't know. Something. And we should probably come up with a name at some point. This isn't working so well. Any case, so I have to figure out what I want to do. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to tag a couple of very helpful individuals and get a copy of last season's church, just so we can use that as a starter spot for the sizing and layout of monastery this season. Yeah, there we go. That's the mouthful finished. You know what? I don't care on this one at the moment. You can stay there. This corner. That's the thought. But I am going to try and look for other ideas, just because 4 hours of the same thing that you've generally already seen before is not high on my list. So we'll see what we can do. Okay, I have got this part done. Therefore, let's go get some arrows and take out the golems. They're going to be grudgy. Grudgy gusts pretty quick here. Well, I'll be honest, Fantastic Sherlock Flux, I had to take meds for my headache when I started the day. So we may end up having one brain between the two of us, and that'll be fine. More than enough. You know, in and out. You know, might find it mildly amusing if he was here to note that I had a to hear that I had a bit of a funny dream this week, and just while I was sort of supposed to be getting up but not quite mentally ready to, and so on. Where in my dream, just for some reason, I dreamt I met up with him for lunch or something. Can't remember what we were up to, going somewhere. But anyway, but in my dream, it was like name Afino, all the mannerisms and stuff that we've seen verbally from Afino. But the reality behind it was he looked like Axonym. If you guys haven't seen Axe, he's a fun guy to watch. Definitely worth your time. But I just thought it was odd. It was like, yeah, you know, you watch a little bit too many streams when you've got people with the same letter and you start confusing them, even though they're not really confusable. Okay, I said I wanted arrows, right? Do I have any in storage? Yes, just a few. Power, unbreaking, punch, 2, and durability. Can't decide, so I'll take them both. I'll need to fly. Best bet is do this from the roof. Apparently the bed spaces in there are not so optimal. And you can see villagers' heads poking through the roof over here. Right. Dispatch some golems. Wow, come on. One down. Where's the next one? When I'm up on the roof, I'm too high to see them. That's no good. That's no good at all. One of the things that knowing what your phone neon tells me in troubleshooting that particular audio problem. Good question. One of the things that it tells me about that though is that if I was to test with an iPhone or an iDevice, that may not be super effective. So I'm gonna take a quick look for Neon. He asked a question about audio bitrate, and I'm just gonna see if see what that's set at. I'm on settings screen. Audio. At the moment, it's a little too high. I'm aware of. It should be under one of this is sample rate's 48, but I believe the output is trying to be 64, and I know that's not a good level. I'm going to try and drop it down to 48 between streams, but so we'll see if we're any better this evening. So that could be part of it. You're right. Streaming audio track. Yeah. That's odd. Oh, right, I'm not. Okay. I thought I was rescaling to a different output size. And it's like, no, I'm not running in 720 last I checked. Okay. Do I have... I thought I had 4 golems around here. They can't have just, like, ceased to exist. Oh, there it is. I thought I've just been spawn another one, in which case I'm kind of annoyed that these guys are doing that. Maybe they just got high enough I can actually see them now. Oh, come on. Okay. That loading is just ridiculous. climb on the roof. Three. Thought I had a fourth one. Guess they're not currently mad at me. I can jump. So I've got a zombie in the cave who just will not go away. Oh, there's the other guy. Okay. Oh, how inconvenient. So that lets me know that if the characters were to actually be killed from, or sorry, ambushed, that we can't do much about it from the way I've got the fortifications now. Which suggests that the overhangs probably need to have trapdoors so you can drop boiling oil and whatever on people. Good morning, Zeroed, or good afternoon, sorry. You are in a time zone east of me, and it is probably a lot later than it is here. I keep saying good morning to people because I'm in mountain time, so that means that we are only just about 5 after 11 here. Nice. Did both pipes? Ooh, good, both pipes work. Yay! Yeah, we try to give double shoutouts here because some people respond better to the classic textual one where they have to click the link and so forth, and others prefer the new variety because sometimes the pop-ups are not enough. So yeah, I don't actually have mobs in my base, they're below the base. Okay, so hopefully we've got enough stuff done that we don't have any more. Oh no, okay, that one I have to get rid of because he could be problematic to again, could be problematic to the iron farm. I mean, possibly even an iron farm escapee. Really? Okay, well, let's see if we can add a death. Daisy. Oh, ha ha ha. Well, free to respawn because I slept in a bed and then I broke it. Duh. Whoa, 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 whoa. The Fantastic Sherlock Fox was the most recent one to see this. The Woodshed Sundry Store. You can buy all kinds of cool stuff. This one, that one. Sure, throw that there. Probably need half of that. You probably don't need any of that, to be honest with you. really, one piece I don't have in here is one piece I need. So the one piece I need is a axe, because I need to get through the roof. Haha! Looks familiar. I'm having a bit of a deja vu there. Okay. Mappity map, where are we? Some cool shops and stuff. But what I'm looking for is not the head drop zone. Been there far too many times. I need to... I still... Okay, good, they cleaned it up. There used to be heads all over this place. Totems. Yep. That's the other thing I sometimes do is I'll put a... Cute. Sometimes I'll put a totem in my hand and forget about it. See all kinds of... Yeah. Totally fine. I don't mind. Okay. That was not there last time I looked. Well, Iron Man Holiday District. Bobo Zim, Farms, Tom, Dynamites and Ross, Zerks, Corvus. Weird. Okay. I was there. I was there, but now I'm gone. There is no name I can turn on. Alright. Well then. Let's see. How close? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wrong map. Wrong map. Point need... Just get out the door and go on foot because we just need to go fast. Really all there is for it. So, oopsie daisy, mistakes were made. Yay. We're getting there. Do. Welcome to Pie Day. We've already well and truly missed Pancake Day, I'm afraid. Yeah. So you can see there's a station. I've ridden said station. But I don't know. The buttons just got all changed up at the other end, so I don't mind anymore. That's fine. Wasn't that far to run. Last season it would have been a much bigger pain. That was a good ways out from spawn. Let's get back in there and get our stuff back ASAP. Yeah, that's kind of embarrassing, honestly. I'm just hoping I didn't have some stuff fly far enough to end up in the farm, but we'll find out. If I'm lucky, it would have floated far enough. For the love of people. There. Alright. So we can get rid of that one. Delete. There. Now we can pretend that didn't happen, right? We have record of it, but it didn't happen. back. Goes in the corner. Food goes over here. Yeah. Yeah, okay, good. Good. Pardon me. Oh, okay. So the one thing I don't see. Darn it. Well, I guess I won't be flying for a while. The single solitary thing I do not see is the handful of rockets. Therefore, yeah, guess I'm not flying for a while. Oh well. New project has just jumped itself up the priority queue. Might as well take this one. Farmer, you cannot go in there. I'm sorry. These out of the road. These anyways. Oh, well, that's where those go. Yeah. See, did I dispatch? No, I did not end up dispatching that column. Alrighty then. There's stuff out there, so I wonder if that is my rockets, etc. I doubt it. Probably arrows that I was starting to shoot. But I'd rather find out than up on it. Ah, rockets! Yay! Happy. Happy, happy joy. Is there something else here? Okay, and that is experience orbs. Oh, well, whatever. That one I'm less concerned about. Okay. What I can do is killing myself again. Better. Yeah, it's definitely the height thing, because now that I'm up top, I can't see Gollum from minimap. To know where he has gotten to. And not so helpful. Nope. Those have to be loaded things are kind of annoying. In the end, no loss as far as I can tell. Alright, not bad. If we spawn-proofed enough of this place, I shouldn't have golems, at least in my dry moats. Do I intend to make them wet moats or hot moats? I haven't decided yet. I mean, Minecraft-wise, they serve the purpose I needed as it is. Next up on my plan is intentionally finding enough pieces, or not pieces, making enough tables and whatnot so that all the villagers have what they're for. Dude. Oh. First tier is neon gallery. It actually works. No problem. No problem at all. Okay, so the hard part is going to be finding what these guys need. And find out who is a what. Now that sounds weird, but yeah. We've got those, so I'm going to need those. I need one more composter because that farmer's really confused. And I want to put the dripstone stuff back, so I'm going to need cauldrons. Where did I put the cauldrons? I guess it doesn't really matter. I have that project set somewhere. Where did I put that project? I'm sure I'll find it elsewhere. Hi! Welcome aboard, Neon! Good to meet you! So, I'll ask you the same question we ask all new people. How did you find us? Okay, so we need at least... Alright. We're gonna need a blast furnace, right? Blast you. Which needs iron, smooth stone, and a furnace. Okay. This is where the iron lives. Stone here. One down. This one? Oh, buttons. Right, that's what I wanted buttons for. Perch buttons. I saw the text for that before I saw the emote. I was looking at the wrong part of the screen, and that's an interesting one. I was not aware that that one existed. Okay, so we need another grindstone. Tools. Grindstone is planks, sticks, slabs. Wow. Okay. Ian's going just a little crazy. Do I have any sticks right now? I guess I don't. Sure. Okay. Oh! I see. You have two choices. Nice. Labs. I was trying to figure out, what am I missing? Knock knock! Okay, there we go. Sorry for the distraction for a second there. My brain's not going the way I want it to. This way. Those. I know I'm going to need a collection table because the other guy was there. Where's it? There we go. And then I'll just see what else I've got, because I think I should have enough for everybody else. We'll see. Sorry about it, I need to stand up for a second. Go. This one with the button on the wall. Wow. Neon's a member of all kinds of groups.
Everybody hydrate!
There we go. Had to hydrate, right? Alright. So we're just about done with these guys. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. They're all happy. That guy should be happy. Those guys should be happy. Okay. Where is... in here. Got that one. Might have enough tables for them already. Yeah, I have plenty of tables for them already. So what am I missing? Need this. What happens when you fall asleep during stream? I'm a little confused, but taking a page out of Ross's book there, yeah. Poor Ross falls asleep during movies. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2. You need beds, right? I think it's just a matter of one of those things where too many guys are sleeping in the wrong place. Oh, I see. Well, if you're a very pleasant individual, as I know you are, then people are going to want to gift subs to you. And if you spend time in a lot of different streams, then you also end up getting pretty lucky with a lot of different random subs when people gift to the community. Okay. That should work. In theory. What's in here? Why are they still hanging out in here? Oh, right, okay, those are the librarians. That's fine for now, because I'm going to move them. This is... nothing. Yeah, that's nothing, so you guys could be the library. What do I have in here? Nothing, okay. That's the hall I wanted to decorate. I'll leave that for later. Boop. Boop. Sorry, buddy. I'll make it non-spawnable under your feet so we don't get golems in here. What's this? Something in here. Oh, that's okay. That guy. Okay. Librarians. 1, 2, 3. Need more, but that's fine. I've had that happen, Neon. And once in a blue moon, it works out. Because I take the time to make a point of when I get a sub to a channel I don't recognize.
2, 4, 6, 8. Everybody hydrate!
Thank you, Neon. I appreciate that. Let's get squirrel, traveler, hydrate. Here's. Okay. I think that's everybody. Okay, so we've got librarians in there. Priest, wow. The what's-his-face should be over there. We've got a sort of a blacksmithing tool shop over there. That'll be dealing with, I've got sheep off on the right-hand side, so this will be Fletchers and loom users, shepherds. Then we've got farmers in here. And back here we have, what is this guy? Oh yeah, you're the lonely blacksmith, or mason guy. That's fine. You can do your thing. That should be everybody. Hopefully. If they stay near their stations, then I can actually pick up and put down all the beds. But this farmer, I don't know what his issue is. He is very, very confused and will not leave that place alone. So I'm just going to go pick up the composter. Tell him I can go away. Aw, man. I don't really want to lose that piece. I'm being chintzy. We got flowers too. A little bit of back and forth. There we go, close enough. Let's take this composter out. Alright. Which means I can also fill that up. It's not going to go anywhere. As predicted, you're not interested. What? I wonder what he just imprinted on. That's odd. I really do wonder. Okay. Everybody's hanging around the bell. That should work. Oh, I should be able to count them now, right? In theory? In theory? You've got 1, 2 of those. I know I have 3 spots. 1, 2 of that. 1 of those. I know it doesn't help. Let's try to back it up. Okay, so Farmer is very confused. He should be over yonder, but he's not. We've got 3 farmers. Yes. We have 3. We have 2 armors. Their headbands. We've got weaponsmith. Okay, so we've got 1, 2 weaponsmiths hanging out here. No, oh no, 3 weaponsmiths. Okay. I think that's the. Yeah, you're the stonemason. Okay, so that 1 stonemason, we should be good. 1 of the 3 librarians. Now we've got 3 of those. 1 Fletcher. I could have sworn I had a second one. Maybe he's hanging out in the fletching house. And what are you? Toolsmith. I only see 1 toolsmith. Where'd the other ones go? Are you hanging out in your little shack? Oh, no, not over there. You guys, what is so interesting? Go back here. You guys just exploring? Hi. Oh, I forgot about this. Right, I have to, okay. They're stuck in the ceiling. Not to mention nighttime. My bed. My bed, my bad. You. Picking up this bed. I know that's bad. Put that one up here. So that bed doesn't have, that area doesn't have beds. I don't need this. Shouldn't need any more of this stuff in here. So grab these. Did it fit? Yes. Okay. So start with the random dude over here because that's easy enough. Bed for the 1 guy. There should be 3 beds next door for the librarians, which is easy enough to not get them stuck in the roof. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I have room for more librarians, so that's fine. Okay, so where's the next one? Glad you're saying hello to everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 composters. Okay, we're good. It's not the right guys, but it'll have to do. Somehow I have, when it's wiggling, it's string. Yep, it's string. Cats. 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 Nope. That one works. So this house does not work. Because they get their heads stuck in the roof. Yeah. Let's rework that. Bring the floor down. I don't really want to like make it spawnable, so the floor would have to come down an entire block, which makes it claustrophobic. I think instead we're just gonna have storage up here, and we'll have beds on the lower floor. Sorry, guys. You all go find your workstations. That would be appreciated. 3, 4, 5. There was 6 up there, wasn't there? Oh, there's the other one. Guys, can you please go downstairs? Go. You, sir. What I'm gonna do is... Plinko is a game where you drop a token from the top of the board with a pattern of pegs, and it bonks its way down to the bottom. You win if it lands in the winning slot. If it's hard to see, or maybe let's put it up against this wall for a second. So you can sort of see a little bit of the dots in the back, and that's what Fantastic Sherlock Fox was bouncing off of. So if I do Plinko as well, oh, whoops, it reset. Weird. Okay. It doesn't like me today. That's okay. Some days it does, some days it doesn't. There we go. So I'm bouncing off a couple little pegs there, and I missed rather badly. You can always just go straight to exclamation point drop, which is not related to Plinko. And that one brings up the pool and just does a little parachute drop. And then you can always type exclamation point joke, and you get some really bad jokes once in a blue moon. There we go. Which Potter Osmond says, I saw my husband trip and fall while carrying a laundry basket full of ironed clothes. I watched it all unfold. But tis. A, it's a bad joke, and B, shame on you, Osmond. You're supposed to be a monk. You don't have a husband. Why did the octopus beat the shark in a fight? Because it was well armed. Lovely. Alright. Some of these things you can do on other platforms of streaming as well. The thing about it is that if you're going to stream on a different platform, then what you need to keep in mind is that you'll need a third-party source, such as, like, say, Stream Elements or something, to do that. So anybody can do it, which is true, but they're going to need another source. So, oops. Come on. Are you really going to do this to me? Okay. No. The bed, please, and thank you. Put a bed there. Okay. And then the workstation here. I'm just moving it across with the hope, in theory, that the villagers will actually pick workstations close to beds so we can get matching sets. But, you know, wishes, horses, and all that jazz. Oops, and I don't want that there. I want to put that in between so that kind of clustered. There we go. Oh, we've got an open doorway. You can go upstairs if you want, but there's going to be nothing there, bud. For a while, at least. you can have that one. You can print all you like. So that's the hope anyways, is that they're going to do it. I mean, really, I could fuss with it for hours and make sure that happens. And long term I might, but right now on camera, that's kind of a waste of time. Yeah. Okay, so we've got one torch there. I guess I should probably throw a couple more in here, just for, like, looks. This one up. I want to go to the doorway. Sure, why not? And there's not much going on upstairs, so I don't really care about that corner. 3 ought to do it. Okay. And that way, they can't get their heads stuck in the roof when they go to bed. That's the idea, anyway. This one somehow managed to be larger. I don't quite know how that worked out. I did not have the right number of beds for these guys in here anyway. So there should be 9, but there isn't. Isn't 9 stations? Like that. I'm gonna steal yours, I'm sorry. And you are the light bed crew. This. That one. That one. Go. What are the buttons for? The buttons just mean that if something happens to the lighting level in here, like this one I don't have torches yet, then it blocks up the space enough that other things don't spawn. So really I could spawn proof the top of the unit. I'd like to have it so these guys wouldn't jump on top, but there's not much point. It makes the room feel claustrophobic. I mean, I might come through and put slabs on. That is another possibility. I did that in another game. Yeah, but that's why I'm putting buttons and stuff around, because it keeps it less likely that I'm going to get a surprise of something like a baby spawning. I mean, I could technically probably get a baby something spawning in here, but it's less likely. Okay, 1, 2, 3. What else am I going to put in here? This has to move. Let's move these. Okay, guys. Oh, I do have to be right up against the wall this time. I have 9, so 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh well, it is what it is. Put these then in this corner, just because they don't feel for me as claustrophobic when the villagers are going up and down the stairs. Oops, maybe that one. And you can't actually put buttons on top of these, so that's the other reason why I'm doing them on the wall. It's just that it keeps it semi-consistent. Oops, what's the point of that? When I think about it, these 3 over here. 1, 2, 3. We'll go with yellow in the middle. Why not? 1, 2, and 3. Don't need buttons on the wall. This is just going to bug me, so there. Alright. I don't know who's going to go where. I mean, it would be nice if the guys picked stuff near their stations, but yeah, not likely. Okay, so at least they won't have their heads in the roof, I think. which means most of them should, in theory, be able to get up out of bed. Okay. I have 4 farmers, which is the one I haven't traded up yet. Oh, no, not that one. This one. Do you have anything useful?
Huh?
Particularly. Okay. Now, what else we got? Okay, where did that guy come from? What did I miss? What did I not spawn-proof? In the building? Are you kidding me? Please tell me he's not up there. Yep, I didn't spawn-proof this area. Live and learn. It's this type of spawn-proofing, but not that kind. On the other hand, these ones are easy to dispatch because I just go hide in the hallways and he can't chase me. But since I'm here, I might as well go get the button to finish this job, right? It's not necessarily a bad thing to have guards inside the building. I just don't like them. They're noisy, they're slow, and they get in the way. There, just make it a little bit lighter. Truthfully, I could. I have sheep, right? I could just put, word. I could just put carpet in here. That would make sense, you know, and I probably will eventually do that. Considering I have so many birch trees right now, I'm not bothered about just spending a couple of buttons here and there. And I'm looking to put back in the... Okay, do you not have a bed, sir? What's your issue with your bed? There are more than enough beds, so these guys should not be standing around. Would you have a bed, sir? Is this house full? No, there's still one more. Whose is this? Why is it not filled? Somebody take it? Dude? Over there? Please? Go to bed. Go. Go. Honestly, go. Let's play this game. Do we need to play this game? Is it too late at night for you to... Oh, it's too late at night for you to play that game. Come on. Get in there. Get in there. Seriously. Go.
Hello?
Wow. Hey, Benson. How you doing? Did I just seriously get him, like, almost in the door and then he changed his mind? Okay, dude. Go to bed. What on earth? Okay, where are you going? Do you have a bed, sir? Alright. I have more beds than... Sure. Okay. Too many different things. Cool. I haven't been into that stuff for a while, but for those who like that sort of thing, that is an awesome sort of thing to like. Makes no sense, but that's where I'm at. But it does remind me, I haven't actually read my daily Harry Potter or daily Brother Cadfael in a while, so. And then one of these days, eventually I'll go get myself a used copy, if it's still around, of the Sherlock Holmes daily, just because that's one that's on my fandom list, I guess. Okay, now how many do I need for this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, and what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. 26. 26. 6. I should only need 20. 15. In theory, if I count it right, this should be exactly the right number. Yeah, the other thing I'm going to need to do at some point is either go shopping for a piece of moss, or I don't know, beg, borrow, and bone meal someone else's. Problem with doing that, though, I mean, if it's sheep you wanted to, like a single carpet or something like that, it's not a big deal because you just take your shears and you know it'll grow back. And moss, yes, kind of grows. You can copy it, well, not copy it, but bone meal it, etc. Problem with that, though, is it's a destructive thing to do, which therefore is just rude because you're messing with the terraforming. Or at least that's how I view it. Okay, we have dark spots, which I can deal with off camera. That's not a big deal. Let's dispatch Mr. Fussy here. Likes that spot better. Let's just use those ones first. Get rid of this guy. I'm gonna hide here. You big ugly. Come on. Break apart already. Ah, there we go. The thing about not using an infinity bow, you can pick this stuff up again. Whereas if you use an infinity bow, you clearly can't. And that's fine unless you're dealing with special arrows. In which case you can't pick them up again. So yeah, that's a bit of a pain. Alright. Oh, whoops, there. Why is that one? Huh. Probably some reason for that. I don't remember what that was. Alright. Extra stuff. This one up. No. There. I'm forever having a horrible time remembering to put things away, and I carry it around. So then other times I put it away lots, and it's still disorganized. Because one of the next up projects is to figure out which of these boxes gets stored upstairs in which of these buildings. But that's a thing I can easily do off camera because I'm sure I will be indecisive about such thing. Sticks. You for now can go over here. We have extra buttons. Buttons. There. Stack. That needs to go back. String. There. For the longest time I thought it was because of the spiders from the caves below. Sometimes you hear them. Yeah, sometimes you hear the spiders below, other times you don't, and so I thought honestly that it was the spiders below that was dropping all the string. But yeah, if I use my brain, I can realize that it's actually the cats that come by that are periodically dropping string, which thus far has been enough to keep me in string. Won't stay that way, but it's a nice place. Okay. I just put stuff away I wanted. Yeah. I did. So, doing. Keep thinking, it's the next box. This is part of why I need to put them in the correct building. Because I haven't labeled them, and it's getting me thrown. Okay, so we have got most of the stuff figured out, mostly. Now, I had seen in my travels I had cauldrons, and I'm trying to figure out where I put all that stuff in here. One, that's my emergency one. Okay, so that's not where it is. I also had another pickaxe. I guess I must just put it in the main box. There it is. Okay, that's fine. So far, so good. The reason I want to know where I put all the other project stuff and hope it didn't despawn is because making more of this stuff is just a royal pain. I think I'd really want a lava farm. And I'm wondering, did I already build it somewhere and not remember where I... There we go. Aha. See? If I look long enough. 5. And that's for the lava. That's for the lava. Stone. Alright. I don't think I'll be able to make a full 5 across farm. Oh, we can get 1, 5. It's fine. I decide, do I want it here or do I want it on the inside? Nah. That'll just be dead space, I think. I don't really need that for anything. Completely forgot it was Pie Day. What does Fantastic Sherlock Fox have on our supper menu for the night? Because maybe there's something we can do to convert that to being Pie Day in some way or other. What I will probably do... How do I usually do this? Stairs, that's how I usually do this. I'm trying to figure out how I normally do it, and it's granite stairs, but I don't have granite. So I will go with stone. These will work. And slabs. Oh, hey, you, slabs. Crispy breaded pork chops, fresh fettuccine, roast broccoli. Not very pie friendly. Well, might be a dessert pie. Kids do like those. I forgot. Stairs cannot be lava logged. At least not in my world. I'm not very good at that part. Okay, so we need this to be basically 6 space long, like 5 spaces. And the reason I only do 5 for my lava farm is A, that's usually enough to get me through whatever project I'm doing before, like, in order to have more lava show up. But B, then it works out well for being a dual purpose farm. You end up with lava and stone out of the same thing. So I figure, why not? So if I was to put... I want to be able to walk under it. Lava drips through the thing into the dripstone into the cauldrons. Okay, so if I want to walk under it, lay these cauldrons out first. Then I'm going to end up with a lot of leather workers. It's just the way it is. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Then we're going to have blocks. Where the blocks go? This one, that one, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, sorry, I was getting to the reason why I do it this way. Not that anybody asked, but it's just in my head. And the reason I do it this way is that 4.5 to 5 is about all you can reach with a pick. But this will get me a dual purpose farm of stone as well as dripping stuff. So yeah, handy. Handy, handy, handy. Let's do this. So these will be lava right there. Stairs. Let's go to this. Yeah, okay, that'll work. Oops, I have to be on it. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I have lots of stairs, so let's just go around the end. This way. Oh, whoops, not that one. Lava should flow down there. That should be stone, if I remember correctly. Other way then. Come on, come on. Take, please. Thank you. That one. That can jump. Ouch. I have to think it through because I always make these and I always mess it up. At least once. Okay, now I've got space that I can walk. Okay. So then lava would run down over here, which would make stone over there, possibly? Yeah, I'm up by 1. Ooh, oh well, that'll work. I don't need to have the cauldrons in the ground. But if I do... I'm gonna change it. Rinse and repeat. Darn it. Oh well. Sometimes you just change your mind on things, right? Isn't that how it goes? There we go. Got the lava flowing here. There onto stone here. That's actually a good level for standing and dealing with things. Alright, yeah. That'll work better. I need to take down these and do them again. Felt weirdly high when I was walking by. I mean, I don't really need the stone. I want the lava back. There's nothing going on this side, and really nobody's going to be attacking from this side anyway. Lore-wise or otherwise. Then I'm just going to put it up against that one. This one. Here. Right now, that's what I'm looking for. What's wrong with this one? This is all very, like, not just early game, but very beginner stuff. And I'm aware of that. But sometimes, that's just my comfort zone. Okay, so lava go in there, it would fall down here, which would have to block off that zone. I don't want to use this time. Water. Okay. Water zone. Be on this side. Yeah, I gotta block that too. At least the water zone I don't have to use warped woods for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello, 5. And I also don't have to. Oh, wait a minute. Just remember. Lava up against it, straight. We've got cobble or corners is obsidian, and then down on top I think is stones. I think that'll do the trick. Sorry, I owe you another hydrate.
2, 4, 6, 8, everybody hydrate!
Oh, okay. No, it's not what I want. I keep shifting my keys to the right. The inventory is the one right next to the forward key. Hello, kitty cat. At some point I should probably get myself some fish. That would be, sensible. Given the theme, we don't have fire spread. I have 7. 7 do. Depending on what I'm doing. Maybe. Copper's in. Block, 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 block. There. Here. 1, 2, 3. 5, and then, yes, trap door, because you need to keep the stuff out. I suppose I don't really need a trapdoor on the put it here. Here. All of it, but it works. One and that one. This one. That one. I can start filling it. Yes. Okay. One other piece we need. Chest. Things I just don't have around. That's weird. Okay, well. Odd. Go. There. Okay. Now, if I did this right, it's a big if. That would look better as trapdoors. Yeah. Working? What's that? What is that? Never heard of it. What is this working thing you speak of? That's not true. Okay. 3. 1, 2. Yeah, that'll work. This just looks dumb. That one and this one out. Hello. There. The whole thing looks dumb anyways, but... Oh, whoops. Well, that's even sillier. There we go. That looks slightly less dorky. Slightly. Dorky probably isn't even the word anyways. Okay, so let's fill it with the non-dangerous solutions and see what we've got. Up here. Oh. There. Water. King. King is overrated, yes. One. All right. Now, lava in here. One, two, 3, 4, 5. All right, and now we've got to Delenproof it. Here we go. That feels really, really weird. I know why it's like that, but it just feels odd. Thank heavens the lava can't spill over onto the half block, because I would be in real trouble. Alright. So, these are going the wrong way. These two. Duh. Brain. Because these should actually go that way. And I can get under them. Honestly, I had no idea what time it was, so any time now actually would be fine. No preference. Let's just take a quick look and see, because I will be back this evening, so if there's anybody interesting, then yes, we will head out. Plenty interesting, actually. Let's try one more time. It just froze. Yeah, I think we're gonna head over to Minecraft Mom 82. And thank you for catching me on that one, Fantastic Shark Fox. I appreciate that. We're gonna head to Minecraft Mom 82 because she is working on supposedly the final 10 dragon fights. So that gives you something chill to something a little more wired. No, that's fine. That's fine. I have things I should do. I need to adult. So yeah, but we've got the lava back. We've got the stone farm back. So yeah, we're good. We're good to go. All right. So yes, it was Pie Day. We did some landscaping. We did some shuffling villagers around. Still more of that to do. Yay pie. Right? Yay pie. And I'll be back with a plan of some sort this evening, I hope. But we will definitely be back on this server. So yeah, until then, thank you very, very much. Have a great day. For those of you that need to work, I hope your workday finishes off pleasantly. And I will see you guys all this evening. So let's get a start. Whoa. Let's get a start over to Minecraft Mom. And I can actually do that. /fade. I think it's mine. Did I spell it right? Yep. There we go. Actually, let's try this first. My buttons are being stupid, so there we go. Now we can do this one.
Mischief managed.
I want to say thank you very much to Fantastic Sherlock Fox and to PP Zerk and Zerk and to the new follower, Onyxalt. Thank you very much for the follow, and for Chef Sunshine's follow a few days ago. Also to Neon for some good conversation, and Benson and Tiz for dropping by, and and also Minneapolis Mel and Zeroed. Yes. So if anybody was in the stream just chilling out, having a good time, and didn't hear your name called, I really do appreciate you for coming by. I want to say thanks for spending your time here. We will hopefully have a plan soon, and do keep your eyes peeled for more upcoming information about the stream weekend from this server and the Dadrock server, hopefully starting on Saturday. So there'll be more to come on that. Have yourselves a fantastic time. I will be back at 7 p.m. Eastern or 5 p.m. Mountain Time. If the buttons would actually work, I would throw that out there, but I don't want to break the raid. So we'll wish everybody a great day and send you on. Have yourselves a good time. Bye-bye for now.
Transfer complete.